Good morning, everybody. It's been a while since I've done a video, and unfortunately this is a sad one. This is a review on JDM Engine Depot engines. This is a 3.4 liter Toyota for my pickup truck outside. It cost me $1,790 something plus $300 shipping for $2,100. I was expecting a good motor, and I did not receive one. Their website says all their motors are inspected and tested, and this one was not. This is a piece of junk. I'm going to have to rebuild it to put it in my truck. So if I had actually wanted to rebuild a motor, I would have rebuilt the one that's in the truck. It's going to take probably more work than it would if I just bought the motor here. But this one, I'm going to have to take the heads off and send them to be planed, cleaned up, and inspected. What I've got is there's water in the number 2 and the number 4. There is something in the number 1 piston over here. And I've tried to convince JDM Engine Depot that their engine's a piece of shit and I want a new one, and they will not even answer my calls. The warranty with JDM engines is pretty ironclad. If you have a motor with a problem, you're not going to get any satisfaction. You have to have it done by a professional mechanic. I am a professional mechanic. I'm an ASE certified master mechanic. I'm retired. My certification has expired, but I am a professional mechanic. It has to be done in a shop. I think we're in a shop. You have to replace all the pumps, oil pump, water pump, all that kind of bullshit. Change the oil, of course. The mechanic, if I'm not mistaken on the warranty, says the mechanic cannot open this engine, or the warranty is void. I think that's in the warranty. I'm not certain. You'd have to read it for yourself, but you might want to. If you're considering buying a JDM engine Depot engine, don't. I read the reviews on Yelp, and out of all the reviews on Yelp, and there's a lot, there's like 3, maybe 4 good ones. And every one of the people on there has been scammed in one way or another. What they do is you call them up and say, hey, I got a problem with the motor. They ask you to send pictures and blah, blah, blah. And I did all that. I had a heck of a time sending a video. I ended up making a YouTube video and sending it to them. After the 3rd call, you cannot expect any response. You cannot respect. What they did was they told me that all correspondence has to be done through email. Well, I've done all that, and they're not going to replace this motor. But anyhow, I will add pictures to this of what I found inside of here. And what else? I have a suspicion, actually, that this may have been possibly in the Fukushima or whatever it was, in the tidal wave that hit Japan, because I have the oil. What do I do with that bottle of oil? It's here somewhere. But anyhow, I have the, there it is. I have the oil, and you can see in the bottom there and floating around on top, there's a lot of water in there. A lot of antifreeze. So if it's antifreeze, blown head gasket. If it's water, it's been flooded. Now I'm hoping if it was flooded, they didn't try and crank it over, because then you got bent rods. Or I'm hoping that when it was flooded, it wasn't running because you got bent rods. But anyhow, I'm going to tear it down and see where we go from there. Read the reviews. If you're going to buy a used engine, you better read the reviews or you're going to get screwed. And I got screwed. I'll be the first to admit. Another thing about this engine, and this is what makes me think it may have come from either a wreck or a flood or a chop shop, everything's cut. Everything's cut. This is the main wiring harness over here, cut. This is fuel lines, fuel line, cut. This is the throttle cable, cut. Over here, down here, we have more wire harness, cut. Alternator wire, cut. Let's go around here, see what else is in there. Power steering hoses, cut. I don't need all that stuff anyhow, but cut, just cut. There's your cooling lines, cut. It's just ridiculous. This is not, I'm not real happy about this at all, as you can probably tell. I'm going to have to do a lot of work to this motor to get it into the truck. The front end here is not the same as mine. It's no big deal. That's not part of the complaint at all. The way we found this was I took this cover off just to inspect the timing belt because I have new parts all over the floor there that I was going to put in it. The oil pump, the whole 9 yards, and tried to turn it over. Let's rotate it a little bit here. It goes, you can feel it grind, and right here it's done. It does not go any further, and I'm not going to force it. But I'm going to have to pull the heads and inspect it. At minimum, new rings and planing the heads. I'm hoping the heads aren't cracked, and I'm hoping the rods aren't bent. I'll take it apart, I'll plastic gauge the bearings on the crank, and do all that cool stuff, find out what all it's going to need. I could have easily rebuilt my motor, but it's got 400,000 miles on it. So it would probably take a bore job and grind the crank and all that cool stuff. The other big difference that kind of bothers me, and I think it's okay, is I've got the oil cooler. This one does not have an oil cooler. This is where my oil filter is, and this is where the oil cooler goes. I went and talked to a mechanic about that, and he said they can be swapped, but I'm hoping for the best there. So anyhow, I'm going to continue this video slowly. When I get it tore down a little bit, I'll show the insides, the guts. I will add pictures that I've taken earlier, and we'll get this thing all figured out. But beware, buyer beware. JDM engines will scam you. JDM Engine Depot will scam you. I actually got this one through what they call JDM Engine Depot Orlando, and if you check it out, this one came from New Jersey. They're the same phone number. So the New Jersey store and the Orlando, supposedly, I'm really wondering if there is an Orlando store or if it's just a name. They're the same phone number. Anyhow, I'm getting to it here. Y'all have fun out there. It might be a day or two before I do a whole lot to it. I've got to find a shop that'll do the heads. I don't know what there is in the New Mexico area. So, gonna find out. Y'all have fun out there. I will be back. I found something interesting on this motor. I'm taking it apart here, starting from the top. I had to replace this valve down here, right here. I don't remember what it does. I had to replace that on my truck. And I took the upper plenum off, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see that there's lots of clearance between the lower plenum and the upper plenum. And when I took the plenum off, set this aside in my little pile of junk, I found the hose going to that and this hose both crushed. You can see they're both crushed. It's nothing to do with the scam, but it's interesting. So I thought I'd add that in there. I'll be back. Okay, I'm continuing with the JDM.
You want this light?
Yeah, thank you. Video, you can see down in the valley there, it's full of water. It's all rusted out. There's the number 1 piston.
It's been in flood.
Here's the number 4, what is that, number 2. There's number 4. 2, 4, 6.
Got all the front.
1, 3, 3 and 5 aren't so bad. It's going to take a valve job. So, anyhow, I'm going to get back to it. Continuing on, there's number 6, 4, and 3. I haven't got the other head off. There's number 6, nice stuck valve, 4, nice stuck valve, and 3. Don't buy from JDM Engine Outlet or Depot. Do not do it. They will fuck you. Anyhow, I think I'm going to just end this video. Okay, in summary here, we bought us a bad motor, and I'm pissed. The heads are shot. I mean, the driver's side head, the 2, 4, and 6, it's roached. Both of them will take a complete rebuild. The pistons will have to come out. We'll have to clean up the cylinders, hone them out. Probably, well, we will have to replace the rings. I need to get the sizes on the cap and the main bearings and the rod caps, and make sure they're not oversized. Get some bearings ordered for those. The oil pump is over there in that stack of parts. It was full of mud. The head gasket did not appear to be blown. This motor was underwater. Something here caused this motor to get a hell of a lot of water in it. And it trashed it. There's mud everywhere. It's not water, it's mud everywhere. So this engine has been underwater. I do not even believe that JDM Engine Depot inspects their engines before they ship them out. And if they do, they knew I was 2,000 miles away, and what am I going to do about it? It's like, you know, we're going to get this guy. We have this motor. We know it's not any good. We're going to ship it to him, and there's nothing he can do about it. Well, there is. I'm making this video. I hope people watch it. We'll put that company out of business. They are scumbags to no end. The warranty is written in such a way that you're not going to get anything out of them. You have so many hoops and so many little fire pits to jump through that you're not going to get anything out of them. They're thieves. So I'm going to conclude this video and get it posted on YouTube. I might even pay to make sure it goes out really well. Don't know what else to say. Don't buy from them. The block is, well, we'll have to take it all apart and clean it up and clean stuff out. And I think when it's all done, finished, we'll have a decent running engine. I still don't know what this is, but right here. I don't remember seeing that on my truck, but we'll figure it out. All right, y'all have fun out there, and I'll try and make a off-grid video next chance I get. Bye.